Greetings, class of 2020. It is wonderful to see you here. It is wonderful to be together here. This is the first time I have had the opportunity to be together with you here. But as a Hendrix alum from 1982, I have been here even before you, and it's great that our paths cross now. There's so much to celebrate here and now. We stand with you for this very special occasion. Let us stand with one another, would you? Let us pray. O Holy One, we gather today with an awareness of how profound the journey is, with highs and lows, heartbreaks and blessings, seasons of uncertainty and moments of crystal clarity. Through it all, we affirm this one timeless truth that brings us together today. We are not alone. We give deep thanks for friendships, family, faculty, staff, and so many other companions along the way who have invested in this extraordinary class, supported them, wept with them, and cheered with them. May this time of celebration be full of meaning and joy for the countless lives and relationships represented here. In these moments ahead, stir among us renewed appreciation for one another, for the gift of time together, for hope and trust in a future where these beautiful hearts and minds and lives are already changing the world we share. Amen. Would you please be seated?
Good evening and welcome. I'm Ellis Arnold, Hendrix Class of 1979 and president of the college, and we are absolutely thrilled to have you back on campus. The class of 2020 has a special place in our hearts. As your final semester ended abruptly, your commitment and determination to reach the final line was undeterred. You didn't allow COVID-19 to define your undergraduate experience, and the character, resolve, spirit you exhibited in the face of uncertainty and challenge was truly inspiring to the entire campus community. It's equally inspiring to watch as you, members of the Hendrix College Class of 2020, follow the dreams and passions that you discovered at Hendrix. Many of you are beginning your careers as you start new jobs and take advantage of professional networking opportunities that you began here at Hendrix as students, while others are still exploring what the future holds. Your post-baccalaureate pursuits are as diverse and varied as the paths you have followed at Hendrix. For some of you, those plans include graduate school, law school, medical school. For others, it includes AmeriCorps and other community development service programs, accounting, banking, finance and investments, education, environmental policy, healthcare, management training programs, nonprofit leadership, political activism, public health and public service, research, social work, software engineering, and so much more. No matter where you are now or where you are bound, we know that you will be prepared for the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. We hope that you will continue to return to Hendrix often in the future and that you will stay connected with your classmates and professors. I hope that you will always remember the experiences you had inside and outside the classroom. As you do, we hope that your affection for your alma mater will continue to grow over the years. You know, we wanted this evening to be a unique celebration. And so to that end, I'm pleased to welcome our guests on the program, many of whom would not normally be part of a traditional commencement ceremony. Shauna Woodward Graves, a member of the class of 2005, is the chair of the Hendrix College Alumni Association Board of Governors and will welcome you on behalf of the thousands of Hendrix alumni around the world. And I'm thrilled that your classmate, Maddie Clendenning, who received the Presidential Medal last year, will share her perspective as well. You'll hear from Dean Wilchin, who will share his thoughts and memories. And representing our faculty and the rich academic experience at Hendrix will be biology professor Dr. Laura McDonald, a member of the Hendrix class of 2009. After our speakers, Hendrix Provost Dr. Terry Bonebright will call your name so that you can finally walk across this stage after 4 years at Hendrix. And at this time, I'm especially pleased to welcome the chair of the Hendrix College Board of Trustees, Joanne Biggs, from the class of 1980, to bring you greetings on behalf of the board. As a Hendrix student and classmate of mine, she was president of the Student Senate, and she's now a partner at the Vincent and Elkins Law Firm in Dallas, Texas. Joanne.
Thank you, Ellis, for that kind introduction. Members of the class of 2020, friends, families, faculty members, staff members, I want to welcome you on behalf of the board to this evening's event. As chair of the Board of Trustees, I'm happy to be here with you and to offer a few comments on their behalf. I have two messages for you. First one, congratulations on your impressive accomplishment of graduating from Hendrix. We recognize on the board that your graduation ceremony last year may not have been the joyful experience that you hoped for and deserved. So we hope that this evening you can relax and have a fun evening. Second, on behalf of the board, I want to thank you for your many contributions to Hendrix while you were a student. And I want to thank you for your continued dedication to Hendrix, dedication that's evidenced by you being here this evening. We hope that you'll continue to return to campus for many years to come, and that your appreciation and fond memories of Hendrix will continue to grow as you journey through life. So on behalf of the board, congratulations, good luck, and Godspeed.
Hello, class of 2020. I am Shanna Woodard Graves, and I am honored to be here to celebrate you tonight. I am extremely proud to have you join myself and about 18,000 other alums of Hendrix College. We are proud of you. We remembered you last year. We thought of you. I am happy that you are being celebrated tonight. On behalf of the Alumni Board of Governors, congratulations. We can't wait to see what you accomplish. And wherever you land, should you need a friend or assistance in your path, don't hesitate to reach out to find one of the 18,000 other alums in your network now. Congratulations again.
Hi everyone, it's so nice to see your faces. I can't believe it's been over a year since we left Hendrix to finish our degrees from our couches at home and begin our lives outside of the Hendrix bubble. I often joke that graduations are my favorite holiday, which is ironic considering our graduation is coming a year late and our diplomas were mailed to us. Still, graduations have a special place in my heart. No matter who the ceremony is for, I tend to find myself tearing up in response to the energy in the room. It's always forced me to reflect not only on my previous graduations, all 2 of them, middle and high school, but also on what's to come. Witnessing a community come together to celebrate and uplift the people they've taught and learned from is inspiring. It's a good reminder on how far we've come and where we're going. Not only did we learn from our professors, but we learned from each other, and sometimes our professors even learned from us. That's the reciprocal nature of academic settings, especially at Hendrix. Throughout any graduation ceremony, there is a collective sense of accomplishment for ourselves and our friends, a sense of gratefulness for the amazing faculty and staff that challenged us and went above and beyond every single day. A strong sense of relief because we don't have any more papers due or lab practicals coming up. A sense of uncertainty because most of us still don't know what's next. And a sense of sadness because our time here has come to an end. Leaving suddenly was devastating for so many of us. For me, Hendrix was the first time I truly felt a sense of belonging, and that was because of y'all. I knew our goodbye was always going to be painful, but it was even more disappointing to do it 3 months early. What we needed that moment of closure, that collective celebration, that acknowledgement that we did what we came here to do, and it's time to apply what we've learned and move on to the next chapter of our lives. Despite this year being especially devastating for so many reasons, I've seen you all show up and work hard. Not only did we finish our degrees, we also navigated a global pandemic, had hard conversations with our family and friends, and advocated for the right things not only at Hendrix, but in the world around us. We created a passionate and close-knit community here. We are better because of each other. So wherever you are and wherever you go, I hope you hold our Hendrix community close to your heart, but also find another community in your next chapter that supports you and challenges you, that believes in you. A community that expects your best, is kind to you, and allows you to be vulnerable. I am so thankful to have been able to learn from and alongside you all. I cannot express to you how much this experience shaped the way I see and act in the world. As Jay Barth said during our virtual graduation, keep yourselves open to reinvention and keep yourselves committed to building community in ways both conventional and creative. For that is what taking a part of Hendrix into the troubled world around you requires. Again, thank you all for being such changing forces on this campus. No matter where we go next, keep gardening your corner of the world as you pursue your passions. I love you guys. Thank you.
That's a hard act to follow. Dear class of 2020, I am so pleased to see your faces and to have you back here on campus for this special event. I am honored to share this moment with you and to celebrate your degree from Hendrix. When I was asked to speak tonight, I immediately thought of 2 words, not those 2 words. Quantum leap. I'm a huge fan of the 90s sci-fi series that follows the time travel exploits of scientist Sam Beckett. And for those of you who have not seen the show, here's the promo. Theorizing that one could travel within his own lifetime, Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the quantum leap accelerator and vanished. He woke to find himself trapped in the past, facing mirror images that were not his own, driven by an unknown force to change history for the better. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself leaping from life to life, striving to put right what once went wrong, and hoping each time that his next leap will be his leap home. There are 2 major reasons why I thought this was a perfect framework for tonight. Number 1, in some capacity tonight, you've experienced time travel. You come back to Hendrix to celebrate your time here and to right that which once went wrong. And we could not be happier to have you here. Number 2, the first line of the Hendrix College Statement of Purpose says that we cultivate empathy. For Sam Beckett, he had to literally stand in someone else's shoes and address their troubles. For us, it's not as direct. We are often asked to look beyond ourselves to understand what others are going through. This is such an important skill in life, and it's the key to understanding and growth. It helps us get through troubled times and helps us understand or helps us forget about our own problems in exchange for understanding what others are going through. It's been a challenging year for all of us, and we have had to fight through cancellations, limitations, changes, and uncertainty. It's as if the normal pressures facing college students were given steroids, and it's hard to not start feeling sorry for ourselves. Well, I'm personally sorry that the ending of your time at Hendrix was interrupted by the pandemic. And however, don't think for a moment that myself or any of us haven't thought about how that feels for you. So in the spirit of Sam Beckett and Quantum Leap, I'm here tonight to right that which has gone wrong, at least in a couple of ways. First, during your first year at Hendrix, J.J. Whitney and I created a new tradition when we decided to bake fresh cookies for all students during finals. Your class would have been the first class to have Dean's Cookie Day all 8 semesters, but we missed that last one. So yesterday, with the help of my friends in dining services, I baked homemade cookies from scratch for each of you, and they are in your gift bags, which you'll get at the end of the ceremony. They're just chocolate chip, and if you don't like chocolate chip, give it to a friend or a parent who deserves a chocolate chip cookie. Second, I'll need help from my friends. These are my friends from dining services who I'm sure you no doubt remember. And you all know how much our staff loves you. And they miss you so much. And for them, it was very difficult for our dining services staff to say goodbye in the way they had to say goodbye. And they've been sad about that and not being able to say a proper goodbye. And we realized something. Some of you have birthdays in March, April, and May, and you missed one of our big traditions. With that in mind,
hey, yo, we got some birthdays. You want to help us?
Yay!
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to our special guest. Woo! Happy birthday!
aren't they amazing? Eric and Miss Debbie, thank you so much for being here and for everything you and your colleagues do for our students. That has not changed. The love flows from our dining services staff. Last, we missed out on your last toga party. I'm sorry for that. Signal the end of the year's events and the tradition of spring finals. Well, while I can't, or more accurately shouldn't, create toga here tonight, I do have some words from a poet to share that might offer some closure. Heading down south to the land of the pines, I'm stumbling my way to North Carolina, staring up at the road and pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers. And I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Thank you. I actually invited an alum to come up and sing this with me, but it may have worked better as the poetry. I'm delighted to see your faces here. You have not been forgotten, and it is wonderful as I saw you come in to sit down. But it's my time to end here. And now, just like Sam Beckett, you are ready to leap onto your next adventure. However, never forget that you bring a piece of Hendrix with you, and you remain in our hearts as you set out on your journey. Blessings and peace to you, the class of 2020, and congratulations.
Well, I didn't bring cookies for you. And I'm probably not going to sing either. But I'll do my best. On behalf of the faculty, welcome back. It is my deep privilege and honor to serve as a speaker on this special day that commemorates your time at Hendrix, recognizes your achievements, and creates space for us to reunite in celebration. I am so grateful to each and every one of you for returning to this event, as I know your last memories with us were short, chaotic, confusing, overwhelming, and perhaps painful. Yes, you had an online celebration after 2 months of online instruction, and yes, you had an online commencement. But if you feel like I do, the semester was effectively over on March 13th, 2020. We struggled through the remainder of the year with the resources we had, made signs to express our love and affection for you, and did the best we could given the shared unrest that we know only a pandemic can bring. And before we move on as a community, I think it's important to acknowledge that we said our goodbyes not with a ceremony, but with rushed bag packing, quick assurances of future celebrations, and more than a few tears. In many cases, you didn't get a chance to say goodbye to your favorite people within our community, whether they were professors, our cafeteria workers who fondly served you, leaders within student life, or the Hendrix College cats. You missed out on formal and informal celebrations with your friends and peers as you completed your final presentations, exams, and work within your majors, and you missed out on that peaceful, blissful, and quiet moment that exists between the end of all the hard work and commencement. It also strikes me that you missed out on April, a time that for seniors invokes a sense of excitement for future endeavors and a little bit of trepidation at the thought of the unknown and reflection for all that's happened in 4 years. It's also a beautiful time on our campus, as you well know. The azaleas bloom, and in the waning days of the semester, warmth returns to campus, bringing with it peaceful evenings with friends, final dance ensembles, choir concerts, and music ensembles, long conversations by the fountain, grooming of campus in preparation for commencement activities, which means more pecan shells to fill your shoes, and last conversations with mentors who have become friends. So we need to take a moment to recognize that these were real losses that you experienced and that the pain that you felt was authentic. As your teachers, mentors, and friends, I feel confident in saying that we shared in that grief, fully and deeply. So it is on this evening that we are gathered together to do the things that we were unable to do last year. We're actually quite fortunate tonight to be gathered on a night very much like the ones you would have had last April, because this year, spring has been long and storms have been abundant. It's almost as if Arkansas has conspired to welcome you home and create an evening appropriate for your visit to campus. And in this opportunity that we have, I want to remind you that you are more than just the last 2 months of your senior year. While the pandemic may have robbed you of the promise of your last days on campus, it can never erase the years that you spent here. It can, and it should be, a footnote, at least for tonight. We've given the pandemic its space and its need for recognition, but your accomplishments, impact, and voices cannot be erased. If there's anything I want to convey to you tonight, it would simply be that you are remembered. Distance and online learning may have kept us apart last spring, but it did nothing to limit the respect, love, and deep gratitude that your faculty have for you, and it should certainly not overshadow or minimize anything that you did and everything that you are to this campus and this community. As I looked over the attendee list for this evening, I was reminded of some of the moments I got to share with you in your time here. As freshmen, you experienced the newness of college, the trepidation of the unknown, and eventually perhaps a sense that you'd found your home in a new place. You met people who were unlike you and discovered kindred individuals with whom you could share your truest selves in that moment, even if you were likely to be a completely different person in the next week. As sophomores, you faced and lived through the crucible of ever more rigorous courses, the realization that earning less than stellar grades was in fact not terminal, and you continued to change and explore who it was you really wanted to be. And then in your junior year, you learned to lead and became effective at communicating your ideas, your thoughts, and your emotions. Your faculty, and perhaps more importantly, your peers, pushed you hard to become better versions of yourself. And so by the time you reached your senior year, you overcame challenges and fears and became advocates for yourself and others. I need to confess that I've also been charged with delivering an address to tomorrow's graduates. And in writing these remarks, there were things I wanted to convey to both classes. And this is where those messages start to overlap just a little bit. But I need you to know your impact on this place. I need you to understand that while a lot has happened in the last year, that Hendrix College will be forever changed because of who you were on this campus. Whether you knew it or not, you left this place in a different place than when you started. You were vocal advocates for policy change, developed remarkable research projects, garnered national awards, and started new clubs. But more importantly, your very presence here shaped the way that we teach, informed discussions we facilitate, altered how we consider our educational structure, and challenged us to aim higher, do better, and bring you a different way of looking at complex concepts. You challenged us to bring relevancy to your education, and your creativity, curiosity, and drive inspired us to be better too. We'll do our best to live up to those expectations going forward. In short, you matter, and the pandemic never could have changed that. A few final thoughts. Because like most faculty, my heart is a reflective one, and my livelihood for the last 6 years has been to give guidance. While you are here with us in this moment, I hope that you have or you will take time to do some of the things that brought you joy on this campus, because you deserve it. And I'm really glad that we got to sing the happy birthday song. No need to do them all at once, though I hope you'll do at least a few of those things while you're still here. Go take a walk. Enjoy the evening air. Stop to pet the campus cats. Visit with those who are gathered here. Go take photos at the fountain. And if it's someone's birthday, throw them in. Lounge on the lawns around campus. Most importantly, remember your times of triumph and your times of failure here, because both are necessary lenses through which we examine ourselves to become the best we can be. Today or sometime in the future, please, please, please reconnect with those who mentored you, because as is so often the case, time goes by, and while you'll not forget them, and we won't forget you, it can be too long between conversations that ground you and remind you to live a life of joy. Some thoughts for the future as society reopens and you move towards your goals. You have the extraordinary opportunity and capacity to change your workplaces and communities for the better simply because of your lived experience. I challenge you to find the issues you care most about and bring your voice to the task of solving today's problems, because it's only when you bring your unique experience forward that change occurs. And remember, too, that the words that you speak into the world have power. So when you choose to speak, speak with empathy and compassion, even with those with whom you disagree. Because as you live in service, it's an act of love to confront and have discourse with those who are different from you. But whatever it is, find what you care about and lean in hard. I want to touch on one final idea. As we are here tonight, I want you to consider my open invitation to return often. As I consider the attributes that we hold most dear in members of the Hendrix community, and in all of you that I see before me, I think of a quote shared by the global lead for diversity strategy and research at Google. Dr. Kamau Bob once said that the science that gets done is dictated by those who do it. While he's obviously talking about the context of scientific discovery, his meaning isn't lost on me, namely that our environments are shaped by those who live in them. You've already done so much for this campus, but we welcome your continued involvement. This beautiful state we gather in has so much potential, but it can only meet that potential when individuals like you return to help serve those who live here. So come back often. We welcome you, and we need you. Thank you so much for coming back to share this evening with us. I'm so excited to celebrate with you. Congratulations again, and thank you very much.
Now we come to the highlight of the evening, the recognition of the Class of 2020. Class of 2020, if you let us know you would be here this evening by early this morning, I will call you to come up in groups by the first letter of your last names and have you form a line to the left of the stage. You can see Dr. Pesca's going to be over here to help us. When you come up, please socially distance approximately 3 feet from your classmates. If you were able to join us this evening but were unable to let us know in advance, we are delighted that you could join us. Because we didn't have your name on the list earlier today, we will invite you to the stage after we recognize the last group of the pre-registered graduates. For each group, once you're up here, I will then call you individually to the stage in alphabetical order. When you reach the top of the steps to the stage, you may remove your mask if you would like. You will then walk to the center of the stage where President Arnold, assisted by Dean Wilchin, will present you with a recognition. If you would hold for a moment, the photographer will take your picture while receiving the recognition from President Arnold. You will then proceed down the stairs to the right of the stage and return to your seat. So, as we all know, this moment has been a year in coming, and I'm really delighted to see all of you and have you able to participate in this evening. Would the 2020 graduates whose last names begin with A and B please line up to the left of the stage? David Adapali. Elliot J. Anderson. Tristan Fisher Anderson. Holden Arkelevich. Hannah Austin. Joanna Bartley. Katie Grace Bell. Patrick Brannon Bell. Megan Belfield. Anthony Bennett Jr. Benjamin Eli Benton. Aaron Reed Borst. Cayman Botner. Alec Tiva Bratt. Bailey Alexandra Brya. Jackson Bryant. Sarah Buford. Would the 2020 graduates with last names beginning with C through F please line up to the left of the stage? Liam Patrick Carey. Maddie Clendenning. Wyatt Gabriel Clow. Landon Kane Koffel. Trace Isaac Crawford. Leah Crenshaw. Hayden Lawson Criswell. Lamar Curtis. Hannah Detar. Mason Michael Dorr. Jason Allen Duck. Henry Stewart Edwards. Hannah Lee Eldred. Samantha Fish. Claire Emma Fleming. Chelsea Lee Flowers. Raider Patrick Francis. Jessica Dean Frazier Emerson. Would the 2020 graduates with last names beginning with G and H please line up to the left of the stage? Emily Hope Gardner. Mackenzie and Minor Guerin. Shelby Gilmore. Evan Charles Glassford. Abby Brooke Graham. Kelly Marin Gray. Haley Greer. Haven Griffin. Hagen Griffith. Lauren Olivia Hardick. Elena Nicole Hikes. Jane Danielle Henderson. Nicole Ann Henry. Sarah Murphy Hoopchuk. Chad Hornsby. Sierra Carmel Hubbard. With the 2020 graduates with last names beginning with I through M, please line up to the left of the stage. Austin Jared. Alexis Johnson. Norma Judith Johnson. Samantha Lee Johnson. Melissa Lee Joyner. Charlie Jones. Charlotte Nora Jones. Emily Margaret Jordan. Lauren Joseph. Ashton Alexandria Leach. Samuel David Martin. Kenna Cherie McClure. Sydney McGue. Reese Buchanan Mitchell. Austin Riley Moore. Jake Morrison. Emma Nicole Morton. Would the 2020 graduates with last names beginning with N through R please line up to the left of the stage? Mary Catherine Nail. Nikhil Nair. Sarah Nicholson. Anna Lee Norman. Tristan Norman. Kyle Joseph O'Connor. Sarah Kathleen Pickering. Violet Pertle. Zachary Prince. Faith Reynolds. Kennedy Elizabeth Reynolds. Josh Robbins. Andrea Genevieve Roberts. Anna Romero Flores. Rosemary Ronca. Harrison Russell. Would the 2020 graduates beginning with S through Z please line up to the left of the stage? Kate Sanders. Christian Alejandro Sandoval. Madeline Grace Scott. Martasia Nugget Settles. Madison Elizabeth Shaddix. Rachel Janae Shepard. Becky Sherman. Ford Atticus Sherrington. Mary Rose Siebenmorgan. Spencer Marie Skaggs. Jacob Parker Stack. William Neal Stafford. Zan B. Thomas, Jr. Terry Tran. Sierra Tribbett Collins. Nancy Nayeli Velasquez. James Roy Webb. John Leo Wilchin. Ashley Maria Ybarra. Jasmine Sandy. Would any other 2020 graduates that I have not yet called to the stage please come and line up? Last but not least, right? Want to go first? Pamela Rogers. John David Holloway. please join me in congratulating and recognizing all of the 2020 graduates. Finally, following the benediction, please, we ask all guests to remain in place until all members of the class of 2020 have left the stadium. Thank you.
May you know that you have a home at Hendrix, no matter where the journey takes you. Go forth from this place with friendship, with love, and with joy.